Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss time dilation. Time dilation is also a very important result of special theory of relativity. In the last lecture we have discussed about length contraction. This is the formula that we have established using Lorentz transformation equation. This is a length contraction formula. So this expression tells us that if, let me draw the frame of reference. Yes, that. So in the last class we have discussed that if there is some rod and if it is moving with velocity v and moving with velocity v, then the observer O, and there are two observers O and this is O dash. Okay, so if there is some rod and it is moving with velocity v, then the observer S and S dash will measure different length. Okay, why? Let's see here. Here we have assumed that rod is moving with velocity v and we have associated a frame of reference along in the direction of motion of this rod. Suppose S dash is also moving with velocity v. In this particular case the rod will be at rest because frame of reference associated with this rod is also moving with the same velocity as that of the rod. Therefore this rod will be at rest for the observer O dash, but for the observer O, since the rod is moving with velocity v, so observer O notice its velocity v. Okay, so we have written here L0. What is L0? L0 is the length. L0 is the length measured by the observer in which the rod is at rest. Okay, if there is no relative motion between the observer and rod, then you can say this is its proper length. Okay, proper length means here the observer, there is no, since the observer itself is moving with velocity v and this rod is also moving with velocity v, so this rod is at rest for this observer O dash, but the same rod is in motion for the observer O. So observer O dash will measure its length L0. Okay, and this is called its proper length. You have already discussed. This is the proper length, but observer of S frame of reference, that is O, will notice its length somehow is smaller than its length L0. Okay, so observer of S frame of reference will find its length as L0 1 minus v square by c square. So there is some contraction in the length when the rod is moving with some velocity v. So this is the measurement of observer O. So this is called length contraction formula. So today similarly we will discuss about time dilation. What is time dilation? Suppose there is some interval takes place. Some interval means suppose two events takes place and there is some interval between these two events. What are events? What I am giving one example. Suppose you put on the torch. Okay, you have a torch. Okay, when you put on the torch, lights comes out from the torch. Okay, so you can put on the torch. Okay, put on the torch. This is one event, E1. Okay, this happens at some particular time. When you put off the torch, this is another event. It happens at some other time, just like you switch on or switch off something. So when you put on the torch and put off the torch, there are two events, but there is some interval, time interval between these two events. So you can call it delta t0, the time interval between two events. So what I want to say is, if delta t0 is the time interval between two events in one frame of reference, then this time interval will be different in different time frame of reference. What I want to say is that, let's again draw the frame of references. Suppose this is S, as we already consider it, and this is our observer O, and there is another frame of reference S dash. Okay, this is X dash, Y dash and Z dash, and this is X, Y and Z. Okay, so there are two frame of reference. What we have considered, there are two frame of reference S and S dash. We further assume that S dash is moving with velocity V. Okay, suppose you have some torch and you are at rest in S dash frame of reference, means you have some torch and you put on the torch. When you put on the torch, okay, this is event. When you put on the torch, this event takes place at some time, okay, at some position in space. Suppose it happens at position x and at time t1, okay, t1 dash, x dash and t1 dash. Okay, this is our event e1. When you put off the torch, then this event occurs at same position, okay, at same position x dash, and but it occurs at some different time, so you can tell it t2 dash. Okay, so if two events takes place, just like switching on the torch or switching off the torch, so there are two events. Event t1 is, since what we are assuming that the S dash is moving, but you are in the frame of reference S dash, and you put on the torch. When you put on the torch, your position is not changing because you are in this frame of reference. You are also moving with since you are the observer, so this happens at particular position, so your position will not change, your position remains unchanged. Okay, so this time interval is called, there will be some time interval between these two events. So let's, what is the time interval? Delta t0 is equal to t2 dash minus t1 dash. So this is the time interval between two events e1 and e2 as observed by the O dash. Okay, so from S dash frame of reference, the time interval between these two events is t2 dash minus t1 dash, and this event takes place at the same position, means there is no change in its position when you put on the torch or you put off the torch. Just I am giving one example. You put on the torch and you put off the torch, but your position does not change. Your position does not change comparison to relative to O dash. Your position is not changing relative to O dash. Okay, since you are also moving along with the torch. Okay, so but for the observer yes, event e1 will take place. For the observer, suppose your position is x dash, but for observer O, when the first event takes place, when you put on the torch, so what happens? Your position is at that time will be x1. You may just assume that your position is x1 and it happens at time t1. But when you put off the torch, means when the second event occurs, what happens? This happens at some other time t2, and your position will be changed. Why your position will be changed? Because you are in S dash frame of reference. So and this frame of reference is also moving with velocity v. So in this time difference your position will also be changed. That's why I have written x1, and x1 is the position when event e1 takes place, and x2 is the position when event e2 takes place. Okay, so interval, so the interval in S frame of reference will be t2 minus t1. Okay, so I have to find out the relation between these two. So, okay, so I one more thing that I want to introduce here. Just like the proper length, here I will define proper time. Proper time. Okay, so what is proper time? So proper time is interval between two events in a frame of reference in which the position does not change. Means when in a frame of reference in which these two events takes place at the same position, then the time interval measured by that frame of reference is called proper time. So here the delta t0, because in S dash frame of reference position of these two events does not change. Okay, these two events takes place at the same position, so proper time will be delta t0, delta t0. Okay, so what is proper time? The proper time is the time interval between two events in a frame of reference in which the position does not event position does not takes place. Okay, does not changes, sorry, where the event position does not change. So this is the proper time. In other words, you can say that suppose this is you are measuring with some clock, so you can say that proper time is the time interval between two events measured by a clock in which the clock is at rest. Means if you are measuring it with some clock, and if the clock is at rest in that frame of reference, then you can say that this is proper time. Okay, now I have to establish the relation between these two. So how will I do? So here let's see again. So what was delta t? We have delta t is equal to t2 minus t1, and delta t0 is equal to t2 dash minus t1 dash. So delta t is equal to t2 minus t1. So according to we have already discussed Laurent transformation equation, inverse Laurent transformation equation. So you can write the expressions of t2 and t1 in terms t2 and t1 is measured by the observer. Yes, okay, yes measures t2 and t1. Okay, but yes dash measures t2 dash and t1 dash. So t2 can be written as t2 dash plus xv. Okay, what is x dash? Okay, x dash v, this is the position when t2 dash event is noted. Okay, divided by 1 minus v square by c square. Similarly you can write the expression for t1, that is t1 dash. Okay, t1 dash plus x dash v divided by 1 minus. Please note here that I have written x dash in both the experiments, expression for t1 and t2. Why? Because as we have already discussed that in s dash frame of reference clock position is not changing. I mean these two events takes place at the same position in space. Okay, but so I can write here x dash only for both time t1 dash and t2 dash. So we have to express the measurement done by O in terms of the coordinates of these two events. That's why I have written like this: t2 is equal to t2 dash plus x dash v divided by square root of 1 minus v square by c square. Similarly t1 is equal to t1 dash x dash v divided by 1 minus v square by c square. Now what will do, we will substitute here. Okay, we will substitute here. So what is the final expression? So t is equal to t2 dash minus t1 dash. Okay, this will cancel each other, divided by 1 minus v square by c square, and we have already said t2 dash minus t1 dash is equal to delta d t0, and this is proper time. So you have the final expression delta t is equal to, therefore we have the required expression of time dilation, that is delta t is equal to delta t0 divided by square root of 1 minus v square by c square. So here delta t0 is proper time, and delta t is the time measured by the observer which is at rest. So what does it mean? It means that suppose if there are two frame of references, okay, two frame of references, yes and yes dash, yes and yes dash, and if there is one clock here, okay, and one clock here, so this clock, suppose its name is t dash and this is t, okay, so the clock t is at the origin of yes frame of reference, clock t dash is at the origin of yes dash frame of reference. So when you measure the time, so what you measure, when you measure the time interval between two events, so you use some clock, okay, suppose t dash is being used by the observer of yes dash. Now with respect to yes frame of reference, the clock of yes dash frame of reference is moving with velocity v, okay, so this is the moving clock, and this clock is at rest. So what does it mean? It means that this means that time is dilated, means there is time dilation, means the time of the time measured by the clock which is at rest is larger than the time measured by the clock which is moving. It means moving clock ticks slow. So let me draw. Suppose if this clock measures this, suppose this is the event e1 and this is the event e2. So if this clock measures time duration like this, time interval between, this is the time interval of t dash, okay, this is the time interval measured by t dash. So this, so the clock which is at rest, what he will measure, he will measure like that. This is delta, this is delta t and this is delta t naught, okay, this is the delta t naught and this is a delta t. So you can see here the clock which is at rest, clock which is at rest, and this is the clock which is moving. So you can see here the moving clocks tick slower, means moving clocks is slow compared to the clock which is at rest. Therefore you can say that the time interval between time interval of two events in a moving frame of reference is smaller compared to the time interval measured by the frame of reference which is at rest.